was having a little bit of a giggle because Marika welcomed me to this ministry and to this event when it's this is where I live and my colleagues live as well. So welcome to all of you. I'm presuming that some are parents.
Yeah.
Yeah? So which is a teacher going with the group? Okay, cool. So welcome from the north, particularly to the parents. Thank you for trusting us in looking after your children. Hopefully you'll look after the children very well and bring them back in one piece. To the children also, congratulations on being selected. We hope that you learn from the experience. I'm very glad that today is not a rainy Suva welcome as well. I think in the north you have slightly better weather than we do down here. Obviously the Deputy Secretary Primary Secondary is here. Deputy Secretary Human Resources is here. And I think it's important that you see the team that is here as well, with the Director Primary and some other colleagues as well. For us it's sometimes we forget about the children because we don't have that much contact being in head office, and hopefully that's something that will change over time. Japan has a lot of history that is probably more visible than some of the history in Fiji. So for the children, it's a place where you can learn a lot. It's full of culture, a different culture. And one of the things about culture is that it comes in different formats. So yesterday I was at the Chinese Cultural Center and they had an exhibition on architecture. So architecture is part of culture. Cuisine, what you get to eat, is part of culture. So I'm hoping that after a short period of time you'll be able to eat with chopsticks when you come back, and that you will discover Japanese fast food, which is called sushi. And these are different aspects, they're different ways of living that you know, we need as many people to be exposed to as possible. There are some things which are similar already. So the Fijian tradition of taking your shoes off when you go into someone's house is the same in Japan. So there are some things that will come naturally to you in that process. There is a very strong system of respect in Japan. I'm hoping that we will have a strong system of respect in Fiji, which reflects that. And respect goes both ways. Respect is something that has to be earned and not just given. So those from the elder generation, sometimes we have to earn that respect. And we need to be able to understand changes that are happening, that we can't hold on to everything that we got used to in our generation, but we need to allow the young people to come through the system and to listen to them, because they are our future in every sense. The Japanese came out of the Second World War and they had to rebuild their country. And there may be some lessons for us in Fiji in terms of how to do that. And another thing about Japan is it's very disciplined. And that helps a community spirit when everyone is disciplined and working together, which is another similarity with Fiji. Perhaps we need to work a little bit on the discipline side. But it's something that we can certainly learn from them. And Japan has obviously become one of the major economies of the world, and it's something that we aspire to, you know, within our weight division, but it's something that we need to aspire to in terms of getting into the upper weight divisions as well. So we've tried to spread the opportunity to go to the APCC over different divisions. So it's now the turn of the Northern Division. We're not sure what will happen next year, but you know, it won't be the North next year, I'm afraid. And it's part of our approach to make sure that there is, as far as possible, equal opportunity, so that everyone gets a chance within the constraints that we have. So I hope that the youngsters who will be representing Fiji will behave very well, that you will represent Fiji very well, so that when you come back, you leave a mark on that side that says, those Fijians were good kids. Those Fijians understand Japan. We learnt a lot from the Fijians. And in many instances, Fijian culture is to be quiet. But here I'm asking you to share your experiences and not to be quiet all the time. Because it's important that it is a two-way process. Communication has to be two-way. So it's not just learning from Japan and the other countries that are there, but it's also contributing so that they can learn about Fiji. And that's, I think, an important part. So I'm hoping that you will learn a lot. I'm hoping that you will come back and share with your school, with your families, with your communities, what you have learned. Maybe I'll come and visit you and ask you what you learned, just to make sure that you did learn something. But I think also for you to enjoy the experience, not to have too much fun, because that's not allowed. You can't have too much fun. I think for many of you, or for all of you, it may be the first time that you go on an airplane. You will see that things are quite different. You know, Japan is a lot bigger. It has buildings that are a lot bigger. There are a lot more people there. You know, so don't get lost, because you know, not everyone in Japan speaks English, and certainly not many of them speak Itoke or Hindi either. You know. But I hope that you benefit from the experience, and I hope sincerely that you enjoy it, and that you will share what you learn when you come back to Fiji. So I wish you safe travels there and back. And I think the other thing to remember is that Japan, some parts of Japan have just been through one of the most serious floods that they have experienced. They're a well-organized country, but even so, there was loss of life there, so we need to be sensitive to that issue. And for those of you who went through TC Winston and other cyclones that have hit Fiji, to show empathy with the Japanese side as well. So safe travels there and back, and we look forward to seeing you and hearing of your expedition and what you learned from it. So, Binaka, thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your